Well, it's March here in Pennsylvania, and we're getting geared up for the camping season. I would say the riding season, but I ride year round. We both kind of do, as long as we can. And we have something exciting for this season that is sitting right behind us. Now, I know that we said before, a year ago, we said it's not going to be just a motorcycle channel. We're going to introduce some other things that we like to do, like more about camping and geocaching and things like that. But we
like to get to the places.
Right. You got to get there. You got to get there. And we like to get there creatively, right? So I guess that's our excuse.
I'm never one to go the most direct route.
And if you've been following the channel for much at all, then you've seen that we've been riding TW 200s, and we still like them. They're great for when you get into the gnarly stuff and the trails and the single track and things like that. But you also may have noticed that I added a Suzuki V-Strom last year, and in September I took it up Pikes Peak. She stayed behind and then followed me in a truck.
I wasn't brave enough on a TW to do that.
Right.
It wouldn't have made
well,
it too well.
The big question is, are you going to be brave enough?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
But at least with this, she could do it. And TW is a little marginal. We probably would have had to rejet the carbs for that kind of altitude anyway. They did work at 10,000 feet, but Pikes Peak is over 14, so I don't know.
It would have been a struggle.
But my V-Strom worked flawlessly. So our idea here, that our thinking is, for those trips where I'm going to be riding the bigger bike, it would be kind of a mismatch for her to try to follow in the TW. So we thought she needed something else, something a little bigger, but there's a bit of a problem here.
I'm short.
She's 5'0". So if you're going to stick to the adventure bike style, then your choices are pretty limited.
Really limited.
So we had to get creative. The bike that's behind us, we'll tell you in a little bit what it is, but I'll tell you, we looked at a lot of different ones. We looked at...
I've dangled my feet over a lot of bike seats.
And her feet dangle on every one. Even the TW, you're just tippy toes on.
So everybody will say, sit on it, it'll squat. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
We looked at the KTM 390 Adventure. We looked at the Honda CB 500X. We looked at the Royal Enfield Himalayan. We looked at the BMW 310 GS. We looked at the Kawasaki Versus X300. What else did we look at? Can you think of anything else?
Anything that seemed to have 6 speeds.
There were definitely
more than
a couple
200.
other ones that we looked at, and the one that she sat on that spoke to her is the one that's behind us right now. And that one, even though she's still sort of dangling her feet on it, can be lowered. So we're gonna make some modifications.
But I did a test ride the other night.
You did?
I did.
Yeah,
that was
the
fun.
way it is. So can you guess what it is?
A few people might know.
I'll tell you what we didn't pick. We didn't pick the BMW because why? Why didn't we pick that?
Because it's a single.
It's a single, right? So that rules out a lot. I mean,
that was kind of a prerequisite.
We wanted something that was a twin cylinder, just because for long trips they're better. They tend to be lower maintenance. They tend to be more efficient. So that means that they're going to put out more horsepower for cubic centimeters. And so the BMW got ruled out. The Himalayan, as much as I love them, it's a little heavy. It's 420, 430 pounds.
And I have tried that, and it's just that much bigger for me.
A little heavy and sort of bloated in that it doesn't, even though it's a 411cc engine, it doesn't put out a whole lot of horsepower for what it is. So we ruled that out, and it's tall too. I mean, you can lower them. Any one of these could be lowered more. So you sat on the Honda CB 500X, and it was close.
Yeah, that one probably could have worked.
But it's also heavier and bigger.
Yeah.
But It's got a nice engine. It was kind of what we were looking for. We looked a couple times at the KTM 390 Adventure. Again, it's a single, and that
I've sat on a
helped.
lot of bikes trying to reach my toes down.
And price was a consideration too.
Yeah, definitely.
We really,
I didn't want to spend a lot.
Yeah, we're always on a tight budget.
Right.
We're budget-minded folks. So that kind of also ruled that out, but it is a nice bike. We like it.
We also knew we needed to make a move on something here in the spring before the market, changed up too fast for the summer. So
right.
We did a lot of looking suddenly here.
Should we let's pull the curtain.
The cover? Okay.
Flip it over this way.
Ta-da! Ta-da!
All right,
there we go.
So it's the Versus X300.
X300. Mm-hmm.
Not 300X.
X300.
Right.
X300. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Kyle, who sold it to us. It's not new. It's not brand new. We got it used.
But boy, did he take good care of it.
Kyle took good care of it, and he set it up with what's on it right now. It's got
this is the way we got it.
These ASV levers. This thing, of everything we looked at, this is the easiest pull clutch that we saw, and it's the easiest that I have ever felt. It's crazy how they did this. It's a parallel twin, little dinky parallel twin. They borrowed it from the Ninja, and it's a little high revving, so it acts a little different than most adventure bikes. Kyle had set it up with these soft bags and these GV side racks, which will come in handy. We may throw some hard cases on it, but these are nice bags. So
bigger bike to pack more on.
These are Nelson rig, and
definitely.
Then what else? Put these engine guards on there, GV again, and those are going to really come in handy because I have a feeling you.
Because I know I don't want to put a scratch on this bike, but I am still short even once we lower it. Then you always get that uneven spot. It's never perfect.
So I mentioned that we're going to lower it, and I know that a lot of people think that's a really bad thing, but bottom line is if you can't ride it, then the bike's no good.
Right.
And if there's no choice of bikes to ride, then you really have no choice but to lower it one way or another. Now you can shave the seat, we've talked about that.
I don't want to do that.
It's irreversible when you do that, unless you get a spare seat, and then that gets expensive. So what we're going to do, we're going to put lowering links on it, and we've accumulated all the parts. So what the lowering links, but these bikes are hard to jack up. So to put them on, you've got to kind of hoist it or something. And I thought, well, what the heck? It doesn't have a center stand. So let's get a center stand. And then
garage is going to be busy for
that'll let us put the lowering links on more easily, hopefully. And then to do that, then you have to get a shorter kickstand. So we got the side stand. So we got that from T-Rex Racing. And then we also have got to put handguards on there, because when they go down,
I've
helps.
Sort of broken a few. So,
and also, so we've got Barkbuster Storms, and they have a nice big guard on them.
Yep.
So that it helps in inclement weather. And what else are we doing? We're going to put an LED headlight in it.
You're going to do a plate underneath?
We're going to put a skid plate underneath.
Right. So I can ride it around and everything else. It's all good. I love it. It's really nimble. I was kind of shocked. It's not as heavy feeling as I thought it would be. And the weight comes in at what, 4?
It's under 400 pounds. It's about 380.
This?
Yeah. 380, 385 maybe wet. Now it has a 4.5 gallon tank on it. That was another important thing. We needed range. It needs to have similar range to the V-Strom. Now some people will say, well, your ground clearance is kind of low. Well, it's low on my V-Strom too. And I think even after we lower it, they're still going to be very close. Skid plates.
I probably won't be taking this on the ATV trails like we do with the TWs. So.
Yeah, the TWs,
they're my rough and ready riders. They tractor through everything.
But also we're going to be swapping out the tires on it. We'll put something a little more aggressive. We want to make it BDR ready. and
Absolutely.
we'll probably stay off the expert sections.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for the Sunday.
but I think.
But we do have some trips we want to get in this year. Some weekend trips, some longer trips. We want to set ourselves up so we can go a little longer, a little further, a little faster, maybe.
Did I mention pegs? We're gonna get rid of those pegs. We're gonna put something with a little more grip to it,
That'd be
maybe
good.
a little wider.
I mean, I have little feet, but
the other really unique features of this bike are
it has a 6-speed.
It's a 6-speed. Well, that's kind of a given.
I know, but for people who've only red TWs.
Well, that's where it wins over the Himalayan. The Himalayan's only 5-speed.
Oh, okay.
And it redlines at 12,000, so it's a little bit high strung that way, but it's very smooth getting there, and it's docile enough that you're not going to pull power wheelies by accident or anything like that.
Don't need to be doing that.
So it also comes with a slipper clutch, and for the money, you get a lot with this. It doesn't have ride modes or anything like that, but the slipper clutch, a 6-speed, and a smooth parallel twin. It's really kind of a bargain, and maybe we'll do a review a year from now and tell you what we really think. But I think it's a lot of bang for the buck.
And when you're a short person, there aren't a lot of options, and it's kind of sketchy. You can't really go out and just test drive something either. Always, you can't show up at a shop and say, "Hey, I'll test drive it." If I can't put my feet down, I can't put my feet down.
So. So this is it, and we promise.
I'm very excited.
We promise we'll get some videos out that show the other side of what we do in our outdoor activities.
Oh yeah, we have some good things lining up this year. So.
And maybe I'll do some for the people who are interested in one of these bikes or have one maybe, and are thinking about doing the modifications that we're going to do. I'll try and document that in video, and maybe that'll help.
I'm excited. It's going to be a great season ahead. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you can't tell, the color is just really cool blue. It's a nice dark medium blue and this kind of pearl gray white. It's really pretty. Really happy about it. It's a 2022?
2022.
Yeah. Yep. So, thank you.